This is the second of 3 short videos reviewing measurement conversion. In this video, our focus will be on the metric system of measurement. So on this page, I have common units for measuring length and weight and volume. So these are the same 3 quantities we looked at in the previous video on US measurement. But you'll notice that if you kind of step back and look at this from a distance, it seems I wrote the same thing multiple times. So hopefully what you're noticing is that the prefixes on these units of measurement are the same regardless of whether you're measuring length or weight or volume. So this is important information, but I kind of prefer to look at it more visually. So we have here just a diagram showing the relationship between the prefixes of the metric system. And I would encourage you to download this from Canvas, maybe print it off so you have it beside you, or write it out for yourself. But if we understand the relationship between these prefixes, it's very easy to convert within the metric system of measurement. So we have kilo as our first prefix here, hecto, deca, our base, which varies based on whether we're measuring length or weight or volume. So the base unit for length is a meter. The base unit for weight is a gram. And the base unit for volume is a liter. And then on the other side of our bases here to the right, we have prefix deci, centi, and milli. And this scale continues both directions. I'm just kind of showing a snapshot here. But you've probably heard of prefixes like nano on the small side or giga or tera on the large side. So let's just talk about briefly moving between these prefixes, and then I'll do 3 concrete examples. But the idea here is that these arrows indicate the direction of motion. So if you were asked to do a conversion from, let's just pick on length, so from something like a kilometer, and you were converting from a kilometer to a centimeter, I basically can take this to mean that I am moving my decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units to the right. So I'm multiplying by 10 5 times, which is again just equivalent to moving your decimal 5 times to the right. So that's the neat thing about metric being a base 10 system. It makes it very easy to convert from one unit to another. If this is brand new, it does look like a lot of information, so I would encourage you to try out this little reminder at the bottom here, which helps us remember the order of the prefixes. So King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk can help you remember the order kilo, hecto, deca, base, deci, centi, milli. Let's go ahead and try 3 of these. So I'd like to do 1 of each quantity that we measure, so we'll start off with a length example. Here we're asked to convert 3,450 millimeters to meters. Okay, so this again is a length conversion. So I'm starting down here at millimeters, and I'm converting back to the base unit for length, which is a meter. So we can see this implies I am moving 1, 2, 3 steps to the left. So this means when I take the number 3,450, the decimal point for this number is at the end of the number. And as we convert, we need to move it back 1, 2, 3 places so that we have 3.450 or 3.45 meters. So our final answer in this case would be that 3,450 millimeters is equivalent to 3.45 meters. Let's try another one. Now we're asked to convert, it looks like, some units involving volume. So we're starting with 50 liters. Liters again is our base unit for volume. And we're converting to milliliters. So again, where I start and where I go is important. So notice I started at my base, so to get to milli, I'm moving 1, to 3 steps to the right. This implies when I take the 50 liters we started with, the decimal point for that number is at the end, so it's 50, and we need to move it 3 places to the right, which means I need to add some zeros. So 50 liters would be equivalent to 50,000 milliliters, and that would be our end result. So once you practice with this a little bit, I think you might find it's probably easier for you than even converting with US measurements, because again, it's just really moving our decimal to the left or the right. One more example just to show a conversion involving weight. Now we have kilograms. So we're at our unit of kilograms, and we're going back to our base unit for weight, which is grams. So I'm stepping 1, 2, 3 steps to the right, and that implies in our number 3.4, this was again kilograms, we need to move our decimal 1, 2, 3 places to the right, and that would give us 3,400 grams as the equivalent number, the equivalent to 3.4 kilograms. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. There are some exercises to try out related to this, but before you do that, maybe try out the last video on measurement conversion.